3 likes.
Hello. Alex is over there looking at our page over there on YouTube. How are you all this evening? We are on YouTube. It is February 3rd, 2021, which even just listening to myself say that, it just doesn't even seem possible.
Nope.
I mean, 2021. It's crazy. Very crazy. So I just wanted to let you know Stampin' Up! Has released dies for the Hey Birthday Chick in our annual catalog. No, in our January to June catalog. And Stampin' Up! Has brought back Hey Chick and has dies to go with that also. So if you have any questions about that, please just let me know. I have a class coming up. It is my online club, actually. And if you sign up for my online club this month, you will get a half a pack of the Ice Cream Corner Designer Series paper. And then you will get a spool of the Blackberry Bliss striped ribbon. You will get a package of these. Now I'm out. This is my package, but you'll get a full pack of these gold gilded gems. Glitter. Ugh, got gilded on the brain. And then also these sponge daubers. You'll get a full pack of sponge daubers. And my online club is $35. You receive anywhere from like $22 to $27 worth of product, and the rest is shipping. And you get all the cardstock to make 8 cards, 2 of each design, and the envelopes. So there's one of the cards. Here's another card. I just love this set. This is using the Hey Birthday Chick out of the catalog.
And who doesn't need birthday cards?
Right? Always. And there's that one.
I love that one.
Okay. Really cute, easy to do cards, easy to make, and $35. If you're interested and you are not on my mailing list, please sign up for my mailing list. And if you're not on my mailing list and you don't get the information for this, just feel free to message me. I'm more than happy to always get back to you and let you know what's going on and help you out. Okay, so tonight we are going to be creating the Flowering Cards Medley.
I just told her how to do this.
Okay, hush, hush, hush. I'm working on switching this, okay? Okay, I want that one. No. Okay, I want that.
Yeah.
And I want that. Nope. Okay, I failed. Okay. Stop doing it so fast. Okay.
That one.
The blue one.
That one.
Okay. I think I got it.
Did it fast?
Okay. She was going way too fast for me. Okay, so this is my host code for February. And I haven't decided yet what you're going to receive with my host code. I've got to work on that. Okay, so I told you last week we were going to recreate a card.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Susie. We were going to recreate a card out of the catalog with the medley set. The Flower and Cactus medley, I should say.
This set's so much fun.
So we are going to recreate this one right here, and it's gorgeous. One of the things I will tell you as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, Stampin' Up! Does give us a little bit of directions on the cards. Now it doesn't exactly tell us how to make it, but it tells us the paper, the ink, the tools, the embellishments, the kit. This one gave a little bit of instruction. Add dimension to die shapes with sponge dauber and ink. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Cut cactus die to make smaller and skinnier cactus. And then over here it says techniques. Now, if anybody would like these, I can sure help you get a hold of these. You just have to let me know. But the techniques on this one are creating an ombre effect, heat embossing, splattering, and sponging. So
There's a lot going on with
there's
this
a
card.
lot going on with this card. So bear with us. It is not going to be a fast card. We'll do the best we can though.
No, but it is such a pretty card.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is bring in the Big Shot.
Yes.
Now, it didn't tell me that I needed the curvy dies, but I'm going to say we need the curvy dies because, and actually Alex pointed this out, if you have your catalog and you look at the bottom there.
And it's on page 8.
Thank you. It looks like they used the curvy die. So we're going to just do it. We're going with it. However,
Oh, maybe they traced it.
You
and
know
cut
what
it
I-
out.
that's weird. No, we're going to go with this still. Because that makes two sides and I don't have to use the dots. Okay, but I do need this. I need plates. So we are using our Big Shot.
I was like, you don't have anything underneath it. You do.
We are not using our Big Shot. We are using our new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So maybe they didn't use this, but we're going to just go with it. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just going to do the best we can to recreate it. And they may have just cut it. But since I have this, I'm going to use it. Okay, one more turn. All right, see?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not perfect, but it'll work.
Oh,
Okay? All right, and then this side will have the dots.
Ooh.
But we're not using those. So, okay,
Use it later.
you use it later. All right, so I'm going to set those over here. The next thing I need to do is do some cutting. Should have done the cutting first, but I'm just going to move that out of the way while I bring this in. Okay, I had Whisper White. It's still here. All right, it's not Whisper White anymore. It's Basic White. But it's been Whisper White for so many years, and I don't think I'll remember. Okay, so we're going to cut this at 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay, and then we're going to take our crumb cake cardstock and cut it at 5 1/2. And this is our base of our card. So that was a layer, and this is our base. Now we're going to score this at 4 1/4. And that way, it's all ready to go for us when we get there. We're going to take our bone folder, and we're just going to go ahead and crease this. Okay, I'll set that aside now, and set this aside because I don't need that trimmer anymore. I am going to bring back in my Mr. Big. Oh wait, what do we call the little one? Mini
Oh,
Boss.
Mini
This
Boss.
is a Big Boss. We don't use this one very often. All right, so for this one, we are going to take that white.
Do you want to sponge it first?
Probably yes, but I do need to die cut some other things. Thank you, Alex. Yes, it would probably be so much better if we sponged it first. Let's set that aside. Okay, set that all aside. Okay, we are going to do some die cutting. I'm bringing in Mossy Meadow and Pear Pizzazz. Okay. And where did I put that other sheet? I had a sheet of paper pulled out. Oh my goodness, did I set this on it? No. You guys can probably see it. I cannot. It had the cactuses on it.
It's underneath.
Haha, there it is. We need this too out of the kit. Okay. We are going to cut us one cactus. Okay. You should call this the giant boss.
Oh, wow.
So we need this cactus out of the mossy meadow. And then, oh, it's stuck to that. Okay.
It's like, where did it go?
Yeah. Can you guys see it? Oh, it's so cute. Ugh. Going too far the wrong way. And then I'm going to do one out of the pear pizzazz, because we need one out of the pear pizzazz. You know, I'm going to just give you that, and you can keep me on track.
And it needs one of the flowers, too.
Okay. I thought I needed, to stamp a flower. Probably not. I can
see the catalog.
I can probably just cut it. Okay, so when your dies don't release the paper, if you just drop it, it releases. Okay, so I don't need that one, but I do need, of course, it is this middle one. I'm sorry, Alex, I know you asked me for the catalog.
That's okay. I'm going to try to see if it's on the computer.
Okay. Just switching stuff so much in my small little area.
I did.
Okay, so now I'm going to lay this die on here. Let's see.
You
On
can
this
stamp
one.
it or cut it out.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cut it since we're here, right?
Yeah, so there's very minimal stamping on this card.
Very minimal. Okay, so that cactus is on there. And so I think it's the
And then-
smaller flower.
Yeah, and then you need one of these.
That's over here.
Okay.
So I think I need the smaller.
Or you could stamp
Well,
that or cut it out.
you know, I'm saying it's over here. I could use any one I want.
Right.
I don't have to go with what they... You're absolutely right. I could go with one of these.
Which one do you think will look good with that one?
So I don't know if I can get the die up against that. Oh, might. Look at that. We're getting this dies all in here. Woo, that looks good. Okay.
I like that.
So that's going to be my 3 pieces. So I'm really not going to do much stamping other than the sentiment. And that one just bounced on me, which caused that one to bounce. Okay, so let me fix this. Okay, so having a little trouble holding this one on. I just need to post it. Sometimes they do that if your thing gets warped at all, your plate. And I'm just gonna take and just get some of the tacky off of my Post-it, because you don't really need it to be really tacky. Just light to hold this die in place. The die that is giving me grief. Okay, I'm just gonna cut those.
And then you can get that flower right there.
I'm gonna go ahead and cut those 2 and then come back to the flower, because I feel like it might, it's so tiny.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might need the Post-it note to help hold it down too.
That's what I'm kind of thinking. Okay, I'm gonna give you the dies
Yes.
so we don't lose any. That's my biggest fear, is
I know there's one coming out the side.
throwing one away, or, ooh, there we go. We got that cactus.
And there's 11 pieces in here.
Whoops, I put the die over there. Is it 11 or 10?
You wrote 11.
Oh.
Oh, no, 10.
10, okay.
Let me see.
I think it is 10.
10.
So you just want to remember you have 10 dies and you don't want to lose any. That's so awful. So a while ago, I know I ordered a bundle And Alex and I looked for it forever, and I think my granddaughter threw it away, one of the die sets.
Yeah.
So it's kind of heart-wrenching when you spend that kind of money and they end up in the trash, but it happens. So, you know, it's better to have, you know, I also have this little magnetic bowl that I use sometimes, that I throw my dies into when I'm die cutting a lot. And let me tell you, that is a lifesaver, because that way also I don't lose any of my pieces. Okay, I'm gonna give that die to Alex. All right, well, we used a lot of pieces out of that. That makes me happy. I like to use, okay, the pieces up. So I'm gonna put Mr. Big away. Mr. Die.
We have 10 dice.
Big die.
Going away.
I don't know what I'm gonna call it. We know what we call the little one. Mini boss. But,
Yes, I was just
okay.
looking for that.
All right. So, got all that. The next thing I want to do before we start, I gotta get a piece of paper. Okay. You didn't hear that, right? Stuff just fell everywhere. Okay, so I'm taking my black blends. It's the dark black, basic black, and I am going to do some flicking to make some splotches. Okay, doing real good way back there.
I know.
I just want to kind of cover this piece. Now this is on that card. Ooh, and their alcohol. I'm gonna go get a wipe.
Yep.
So that's why I'm covering it. I just got it all over my table. So you just want to make sure you're careful. Okay, so there we have, I don't know if you guys can see it on there. So we have a lot of splotching, speckles. Makes it really nice. And then see, I'll cut this down when we get our other piece, and that's how it will look. It's really cute. Okay, so it might, I'm gonna have to get Mr. Clean working, and that's okay. All right, so now we're gonna pull in our sponges, and we need one for coral, so I'll use my red sponge for the coral. We need one for yellows.
As far as you guys can see, that came off.
Yeah. Okay, which one should I use for the, oh, I'm not using coral. Okay, so I might need some more sponges, Alex, because I don't have one for oranges.
I know you're just gonna have to clean off in between the
Yeah.
daffodil and the orange.
Okay, so we'll start at the top.
You need to use your big shot. Plate.
It's okay.
Oh no,
It's all right.
no,
So we're gonna start, I haven't cleaned my sponges, I've been lazy,
What's that?
but I know that the ink is off of them.
Hello.
So I still need to get myself a new red Poppy Parade ink pad. It's not looking very happy. Okay, so the reason why we're using the block is to blotch off some of that ink. Now when I want that ink again, I can go back and pick it up. Okay, and so I'm just kind of going off the edge, and I'm just going to kind of go down a little ways. And I really don't, oops, I'm off. Okay, thanks, honey. Okay, I really don't need, so we're making an Arizona sunset, if you can tell that's what we're doing.
With the oranges, I'd start with daffodil and then go into orange.
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you? Would you?
Mm-hmm.
How much wood would woodchuck chuck? I don't know why you said that, but it just came to my mind. Okay, so we'll listen to Alex and we'll do this. So we're gonna go into Daffodil Delight.
Oh, and we have a bit of white.
Oh yeah.
And it's clean.
Okay,
There's
so
no
we're
fuss
using
on.
our Daffodil Delight. And I'm just gonna tap off my ink as we go. Okay, I'm gonna switch this around. Okay, I'm starting off the paper and then gradually going onto the paper. so we don't make too much of a big dark splotch. And I'm going to pick up some more ink over here on my block. Trying not to make the edge too dark, but I want this more dark in here because it's supposed to go down and get lighter, if that makes sense.
This is like a very Arizona-y card.
It will be, yes, because of the cactus and the sunset look. So, you know, if you don't get it perfect, don't get upset. It's okay. Nobody's going to know. You're going to be putting pieces over it. I'm in that red ink right there.
And then I think the texture will help.
Oh my gosh, yes. Absolutely. Because that's what we're going to do, is we're going to put it in a embossing folder and give it texture. Okay, well, no. Okay, let me tap off some yellow. I'm getting off quite a bit of yellow. I'm into my pumpkin pie now. Okay. Okay, so I want this to be light at the bottom here, lighter than I want it to be up above. So I'm just going really light with my ink. Also putting it into the yellow a little bit so that it just kind of looks as one.
Because then you can go back with the yellow and blend it more up.
Okay, so I will start getting just a little bit darker in here. Right now I've got my yellow in there. Orange.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. Okay, I'm going to tap that a little bit more because I kind of want some of that ink off because I don't want it to be too dark. But I do want it to be darker than the rest. So I'm just going to kind of blend that. And then blend that into the red a little bit more, the Poppy Parade. I'm going to pick up a little bit more orange. Pumpkin pie. I don't know why I'm not calling the colors the right colors. Isn't that crazy?
No.
For me it is. I mean, I live Stampin' Up! Colors. I see something in the store and I think, oh, that's Granny Apple Green,
Right.
or...
You can't see something and not relate it back to
No.
a Stampin' Up! Color.
Absolutely. So I'm happy with that, the way it looks. I know right here, it looks like I could probably use a little more of the Poppy Parade, but I'm going to stick with what I have. And I'm going to go ahead and run that through the embossing folder the way it is. And I'm going to move my blending brushes out of the way because I will get them everywhere. I'm also going to take this piece of scrap paper and move it so I don't get ink all over me.
That's a good idea.
Because I'm good at that.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to pick up my Big Shot again. Why? Oh, this is going to take me a long time to get used to not calling this a Big Shot. Stamp and cut emboss machine. Die cut and emboss machine.
I got ink. You
Right?
didn't get ink on you. I got ink on
I
you.
did. No, I
Okay,
did.
good. 'Cause I'm like, how did I get a messy? I didn't do anything.
So I'm using the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder. Okay, one of my favorites. Okay,
I really like this embossing folder.
absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Okay,
I really like the blending brushes because you can go over such a large area in such a short amount of time.
right? So wonderful. Okay, so I'm using my plate number 4 because that's what it tells us to use with the 3D embossing folders.
Ooh,
And just look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Just the colors alone is what makes it so pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to put my Stampin' Die Cut and Emboss machine down.
I wonder how it would take the color because it kind of lightened some areas. I think.
Did it lighten it, do you think?
Yeah, because look in the like up here, that was darker.
Oh, yeah, it did, huh?
I wonder, did it get on the embossing?
I don't see it on the folder. Oh, yeah, I guess it is. It did. It took some of the ink off. Interesting. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just layer this down right now because we definitely don't need,
A little bit.
yeah. Okay, so just know that your embossing folder will take some of the ink off, but that's okay. Just give it a cleaning. You can take it right to the kitchen sink and just rinse it off.
So then I'm sure if you wanted to, you can go back.
Oh,
and then hit
yeah.
it.
Oh,
But I really like
no, I
how
like
it lightened
Isn't
it.
it cool? I like that look. Okay, so there we have that. Now we're gonna put this down. So before I put it down though, I wanna cut it, and I'm not gonna put it down until I have my cactuses in place. So this is gonna be something that we are going to play with. Okay. So I'm just trying to get that straight on there so I can just cut it. And I may not cut it all the way, but I'm gonna definitely take off a little bit. I might wait till I glue it down. All right, now, one of the things they did that Alex and I noticed, they didn't tell us, is they cut this cactus down to make it skinnier.
Yeah.
Am I right where I'm
Yep.
cutting?
1, 2. Yep. They
Okay,
cut
so
off that one.
kind of like by this line, if not almost on that line, they cut this and rounded it. Okay, so that's one of the things they did to make that thinner. Then they took the Mossy Meadow ink with a dauber. See, different tools do different things. So we need the dauber, and they shaded.
And then they really shaded it on one side.
So they put ink down on one side, and then they really went and put the ink heavy on the other side. And that's what you need to use a dauber for, is to help you do this. And a dauber can also, you know, move it differently. You don't just have to flick it on the edge. Okay, I might be doing it a little more dark than they did it, but that's my interpretation of that cactus. Okay, and then they took this one and they cut it.
I think they cut that whole like side off of it.
Yeah, they just kind of took it like this and just kind of fussy cut around it. And then brought it in. Whoops, too much of a point. Okay, but then again, they sponged that green on there around that white. They didn't leave it white. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I doing right?
Yep.
And then they kind of sponge down that side. And then you can kind of just kind of go along the top if you want a little bit. Okay? And I think that's all they did with the sponge dauber.
Yeah, I don't see it on the mossy. Well, it would be kind of hard to tell on the mossy meadow.
Yeah, so I mean, if they did sponge this a little bit, it just darkens it a little bit, not much. And it kind of gives it a neat look.
It would judge it up. Zhuzh it up?
Zhoosh. I mean, it does. It kind of gives that a good look.
It would give it a little something, something.
Just kind of makes it stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we know that this is going to go down here. So I know I need some other pieces, but first we kind of want to get our cactus.
Like that one goes up, and then the small one goes down.
Okay. So we just want to play with our cactus to see how they have it and how we have it. Okay. Let's take this off for a minute. Bring that up. This one kind of goes off to the side a little bit, but down. Oh, it goes underneath. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to grab my glue dots, and while we play with this, I'm going to just kind of glue dot them in place. Because I think we kind of have the gist of it. This one kind of goes like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, kind of off to the side a little bit, but that's okay. Then we have this big one that shows like this. Did you say that's?
Yep.
Okay, so the glue dots are going to go on this side. Okay, and we're going to bring it down because you really don't have a lot of this cactus showing. Okay. All right. So now we just need to see where we want it. Well, there we go. We're going to change it up just a little bit. And then that's going to go in front. So I can lift that like I had it. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, this one does not go in front. So I'm going to have to squish them down a little bit. But that's okay. I'm going to change it up just a tad. All right, none of this I don't think is on dimensionals. It's really hard to know. So we'll just do some dimensionals anyway. But I'm going to say not because of that one maybe. Okay. I'm going to say not. And I'll tell you why. Because it needs something laying flat so that we can get that crumb cake piece across the bottom. Right?
Mm-hmm. I do like the splattered look on it.
I do too. I think this card is coming along really nicely. Okay, let's get that out of the way. I used a lot of glue dots, I know, but I really want it to stay down. So this is going to go right down here, I think. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to adhere this piece because the rest of the pieces just layer on top. And I know, I'm getting to the end. I know some of this is going to hang out. Oh, got a little glue on my table. Okay, so let's see this. This goes right here on the edge and across the bottom. Okay. Now I think a lot more of that cactus was sticking up.
Yeah, that one.
But that's okay. We've got it where we want it. We're going to cut this piece off.
And it's our interpretation.
That's right. Okay. So now I am going to put dimensionals on this one.
Oh, and we have to stamp the little shadow piece.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Thank you, Alex.
In Versamark.
Okay. I forgot about this. So there's these little lines in this set. Those are for shadows. Okay. So do you think they used the big one?
It's possible. Yeah, I think so.
Anything's possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to stamp that in Versamark. Okay. And what Versamark will do is give it like a watermark look. So we're going to stamp that right about here. If I need to put another one, I'll put another one. So all it's going to do, if you guys can see that, is just give it just that little shadow look. It's really not a shadow or a color. It's just the way the ink hits it and just gives it that little watermark look.
Yeah.
So it makes a really
it's coming
cool.
out so good.
Yeah. Makes a really cool little shadow there. Okay. So we've got that. Now I do have a little flower somewhere here. I had it. Oh, it's hiding. And then we're going to need a couple of the felt pieces. So I'm going to have Alex grab those felt pieces. And I'm going to use...
It's like, I thought that's how you opened it.
I'm going to use a glue dot again for this one. This one's going to go right up here. And then she's pulling out the felt pieces. Oops, you can't hardly see what we're doing there. I had my card way too high.
That works perfectly.
Have I? Okay. All right. I'm excited. This is turning out really cool. So for the felt pieces, I'm just going to use a glue dot or two. They work really well. Whoops. They stick so well, they're sticking to my finger. Okay, and then we're going to take the next one and not let it stick to my finger. And that one goes down. Oy. It loves my
really
finger.
Like your fingers.
Okay.
Oh, that came out.
That came out really cute.
I really like the pop of purple.
So the last thing we need to do is the sentiment. And the sentiment is...
And the bows.
Oh, well, I forgot that. You can tie me... It's just a double bow of... Here. Oh, I moved that twine I had. Okay.
I think it's
So-
in the natural.
I'm going to use... I'm always here for you. Now, this is another reason why we need the Versamark. Okay? Because we're going to heat emboss this. We're going to use the white heat emboss powder. Okay? So what I'm going to do first is stamp the I'm always here for you and pray I get it straight. If not, I've got a little bit more and it's upside down. Let's try again. It's really hard when it's so far away. Okay.
I don't think I left enough.
Well, that's pretty good. It's not as where I'd want it, or it's fine. It's pretty good. Okay, so now I've got my white embossing powder. And I'm just going to go ahead and get my spoon buried in there. Get some white embossing powder on there. I'm going to do it a couple of times because I really want that to show up. A little extra on there that I don't want. And that happens. Okay, put that away, and I'm going to take 2 seconds and I'm going to heat set this. Now it doesn't take long once it gets hot. You'll see it transform from this powdery, dull look to white.
Oh, it's already going.
Yeah, it's really fast once it hits. Once it gets hot. Okay? And then we're going to decide how long we want this. So I'm going to bring in my little mini trimmer. It looks like a line went through it. It's cute. And the only reason why I'm doing this is I do want my edges to be pretty square. Okay. So that was 2 inches. So this is a 1/2 inch piece, and this is a 3/4 inch piece. So we're going to go right there and see how that looks.
Oh, that's cute.
That'll work, huh? Maybe I've got too much on the ends. Let's look at it. Yeah, I can trim off a little bit. Just a wee bit. Now we'll try it again. And if I goof this up, I'm going to cry. Because then I got to figure. I'm just kidding. It'll be perfect.
Oh, that looks
okay.
awesome.
It looks good, huh? We did good, Alex. Okay. Adhesive along the back of that. And then we're going to just place that on there like so. Now we will be using dimensionals to raise that.
I think using dimensionals on this really just pops it out.
It does. Hang on, can they still see it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Because everything, it just like builds it out.
Okay, so Alex did our bow for us.
And it goes
Okay,
like,
so they put
behind
it
it.
this way. So I'm going to put a glue dot down for it. I just had my hands on them. Did you guys do that? Do you lose your glue, your everything on your desk? Your scissors, your glue dots? I do. Okay, so they just have it just kind of like that off the side. And then I can't wait to show you to see. I think theirs has a little bit more sponging than I did, but I am totally fine with this. Ooh, that's crooked.
a little bit.
I can't see it, so. I mean, you know, I didn't make the one for. Okay, let's bring the catalog over. All right, guys. So that one had a little more yellow that you could see. The orange is much higher, and it's a little more bold and bright. But I think we did pretty good. I may have made this a little darker than they did. I'm a little heavy-handed. But all in all, I think we did really good. I think we nailed it. We got the shadow, we got the speckling, we got our swoop of dirt.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
And the ombre looks great.
Thank you, Alex. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We truly appreciate it. This was a little harder than we usually do, but I think we did really good. And let's see. Maybe next Facebook Live, I'll do this one. I love this one.
It's so
And
cute.
I want to play with that
I know.
so we can show everybody how to use that. Okay. All right. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we'll see you in the next one.